In a world where the American dream is to own a home because one day you won't have to pay a mortgage, this guy has an opinion about paying a mortgage and home ownership being a scam. And he'd rather pay rent than to pay a mortgage that will eventually get paid off. So we're going to tear apart his video, see his points of view, and react to it, of course. Let's get into it.
Yeah, I might be renting for the rest of my life. I ain't lying. I ain't got the 20%. I don't know how y'all got the 20%. I ain't got the 20%. Then on top of that, $300K ain't even getting you a nice crib. I'm not asking to stay in Beverly Hills. I just want to stay in a nice place like the suburbs, a safe place.
So I just want to pause right here before he even gets into how much it costs to live into an apartment versus a mortgage and whatnot. The first thing is putting down the 5% or the 20% or whatever, right? So basically how I see it is when you put down a payment or a down payment for a home, hey, that's your ticket to get in, right? Obviously. But I gotta say, I'd rather use the money on something that's going to make me money faster. Many people look at a home as an asset, but here's my problem with it. Listen clearly. The home doesn't make you money immediately. Yes, you can flip it and whatnot, but we're talking about the average homeowner here who just says they want to own a home one day so they don't have to pay a mortgage. When so many people skip over the responsibility that comes with the home. I'll get into that later on. Let's continue off of what my man over here has to say.
300K is not getting you that. 300K is getting you either a shack in the hood or a 2-hour commute to work from the boonies. The boonies or the hood, pick your poison. Then let's just say I had the 20%. I got the crib I wanted. I'm in the suburbs. Who has the closing cost? Who has housing maintenance if something goes wrong?
Yeah, the housing maintenance. Look, y'all can miss me with that. All right. I lived in an apartment. I lived in 3 different apartments over the past couple years. And I can't tell you how many times we've had to call maintenance every once in a while for things like, okay, this nozzle in the sink broke, or there's a leak coming from this window seal, or there's a light that's out, or the washing machine, whatever, right? And they were actually nice apartments. My last apartment was not even lived in. It was built, from the ground up. But that is not to say that it should not have any problems, right? These things are made by humans, which are imperfect. But when you're a homeowner, you're responsible for all of that. And you better hope your home insurance covers that. So many people I've seen, family, pay tens and thousands of dollars for water heaters, tens and thousands of dollars for roofs. Okay. We can even mark out the stuff like that. We can even focus on one of my biggest ones is the grass. The grass. That's a recurring fee. And then you got, look, the yards look beautiful, but I have always questioned, why do people pay for their grass to look green? True Green and all these other grass companies that make your yard look exquisite. I love it. Look, I drive through neighborhoods like that to get inspired because I'm like, one day I'll get a home, but I'm going to pay that thing off cash because I know how much financial responsibility comes with the home, and people don't like to talk about those things. We're not even getting into renovations yet. People thinking that, oh, wow, yeah, this needs to be updated because I just want a different color. And then people living house poor because their mortgage doesn't increase, but the taxes increase. You live in an apartment, you don't have to pay property taxes. I'd rather use that extra money that I would have to fork over just to say I own a home and put it in a market or create an asset or start a business in order for that money to compound. And then I have even more money to throw at the house. I don't have to worry about an interest rate from the bank. I'm going to still have to pay somebody to cut the grass because I ain't cutting no grass. I'm good. I can use my time in a wiser fashion. And that's no offense to people who cut grass. I cut grass last year for 3 different people, made $800 a month. I'm good on cutting grass right now, bro. I'm good. I don't want to do it for my own house. I can't pay me for cutting my own grass. And for those who think, oh yeah, it's therapeutic, so is driving. I'd rather drive. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue.
We're talking about dropping unlimited money already on a crib. Now I'm in here and you telling me I can't just call maintenance and they come fix it for free? I got to pay for my washing machine when it break. If plumbing screw up, I gotta pay for that. All these housing expenses, bro, on top of my bills already. How? Where is this big boy money coming from? I'm not understanding. I ain't even think about the part of, you know how much it costs, how much you have to put down just for your mortgage to be under 2 bands.
I gotta know. How much did you put down on your home in order for you to get the rate, or not the rate, but the monthly payment that you wanted? Because we review on this channel car loans and home ownership. And a lot of the times people negotiate what they want their monthly payment to be. And they kind of sometimes forget about the interest rate, right? Me, I don't care about how much they try to advertise how much I feel like the monthly payment should be. I want to see the whole total of the thing that I'm going to end up paying over the years if I'm going to get into something that I have to pay. Because that's the real amount that's coming out of my wallet. The lower the payments, the bigger the down payment. The less the down payment, the more you're paying in interest, and that's free money. A lot of y'all might say, well, you can use the equity and put it into a market and have that beat the interest rate of the home. I don't want to play that type of game. That's called the American dream, and I feel as though that we've been bamboozled a little bit to borrow money, pay free money, and don't get me wrong, I know there's people that's made hella money out there. But I've learned to be a man of patience. I'd rather suffer a little bit longer than the average American in order to get a result that I actually want. If there's a car I want, I will wait longer in order to get the money from the assets in order to get the car that I want. It's the same thing when you're going into the gym. People don't like going into the gym. Oh, I don't like working out. I don't like working out all year until it's summertime and they're trying to lose 50 pounds when the rest of the months of the year, they weren't working out because they didn't feel like it. I don't want to be average. So I'm not going to do what average people do. Average people, or the average American dream, is to borrow in order to make. I'm good. I believe we have enough tools in order for us to make money and capitalize off it without us having to borrow hundreds of thousands of dollars in order to get ahead. Yeah, net worth can be one thing, but at the end of the day, if your home ain't paid off, it's not yours. And you still got property taxes after that. But let's continue.
Where's this money coming from? But when I see people with cribs like around my age, oh, first home, second home, you got it, big dog. You got it. We live in two different worlds, bro. You got it.
Yeah, I'm 28 years old, man. You know, people my age are buying their first home, and congratulations to them. I'm more than excited for them, man. But I know the way I want to be a homeowner, and I'm not borrowing no money, bro. I got a car loan. I got student loans right now. I'm good on all of that. Look, I can get a roof over my head without having $200,000 hanging over my head because I want to have a home and some more space. I'm good. I'm good. Let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. If you are interested with making more money and monetizing your own YouTube channel, join the Cash Flow Creators Club. Link is in the description down below. I'm out. Let's get it.